What advice would you give to, like, say, um, I guess a younger generation in Australia training, or any martial artist training in the around the world? Like, what piece of advice would you give them?
Um, don't stop.
Don't stop.
Just yeah, keep going. Don't get too heady about it. Whether you're in particular dojang and spending time with particular people, that's not 100% of training. That's a really nice feeling to be with the group and to especially your peer group when you train when you test for chara. But don't let that you know dictate how your training goes. Your training is a personal thing, So,
Mm.
but just yeah. So some people think, oh, I have to quitting the group, like when you quit a job, you mustn't quit their boss, not the job itself.
Yeah.
So some people get involved in arguments or bad feeling with other people within a school or something, and then go, I have to quit. That's not quitting. That's quitting people.
Mm.
You don't quit your training. It's very hard to quit your training. Just keep training, keep on training, enjoy it. The wonderful thing is the self inspection, having a look at yourself, and that was something I'd never struck as a young person. I heard people say, "You need to take a good long hard look at yourself." I've heard that, of course,
Yeah.
as I was growing up,
Yeah.
but I never actually dissected what that meant, and until I started training, and then realised that that is the beauty of it, is that you're constantly having a close look at yourself, and that spills over into your behaviour as well, and learning a bit of reverence and learning how to show respect to people, and that teaches you how to show respect to yourself.
Mm.
And a lot of young people in the West don't have that anymore. We used to have it at school when I was a young chap. It was dying out by the 70s. There's really nobody to tell you how to behave well.
Mm. Why Soo Bahk Do? Why not some other style?
Well, I think for most people, that's what you fall into, and where you put. Let's not take anything away from people that have done Hapkido all their life, or have done taekwondo, or
Mm-hmm.
that's wonderful, absolutely wonderful for them, and so there's no particular reason for Soo Bahk Do. I think it's just I've been very lucky to come across the people that I have. I mean, Zendakal, the thing that Bob Jones fellow had started up was, I think, not really good for young people, and I think that not really growth stuff, spiritual growth.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that some of the MMA schools and things, they're not really martial arts, they're kind of a mix. That's what they are, just a mix of martial arts and not, any one of them
Yeah.
looked into seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And they could be a little bit not very good for building character.
Yeah.
Yeah. But any good martial art will, and any good instructor will build character in a young person and build on the positive.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Soo Bahk Do, just why? Because I was very, very lucky. I think that's the only reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, when I visited, in '99, why Soo Bahk Do? Because wow, everything I saw happening in the Chungan Dojang was just absolutely amazing.
And how did you
It was
find
just
that?
quality.
How did you find that dojo?
Because one of the Tung Si Tao guys, one of the guys in the Tung Si Tao Federation, Paul, had visited for the 50th in '95,
Okay.
and he had spent time at the dojo and got the telephone number, and I asked him about it, and he gave me the telephone number, and that was an interesting experience. I got off the plane, didn't know anyone, didn't know where I was going to be staying. I had no idea. I couldn't speak Korean. I failing terribly at Korean at university at that stage, and got in the taxi and gave him the telephone number, and he rang up. And afterwards he said, "Whoa, you're Murakwan." And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Wow, scary," in Korean.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah, he was very impressed. So back in '99, Murakami was still very, very well known. He was an older chap.
Yeah.
And yeah, there you go. They dropped me off at the Saibato and
Yeah, the rest is history. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a good thing, because one of the things about Soo Bahk Do is that the quality is such that it doesn't matter what you go and do, you'll always come back to Soo Bahk Do.
Mm.
I mean, unless you really, really enjoy wrestling and you get into jiu-jitsu or Brazilian jiu-jitsu or jiu-jitsu proper,
Yeah.
and then go, oh, I really like this, and then it takes up all your time. But I think that anybody that goes into any other martial arts similar will just come back. That's why I really hope you come out here and train with the Korean masters out here.
Yeah.
Because you get a different sort of beginning point, a different. How to explain that?
Like a different.
For example, when I first got here, I was driving with I think it was Hitch Sa Bom Nim, one of the Sabons here, and he got cut off in traffic. And I said to him, "Aren't you irritated with that guy who just cut you off in traffic?" And he said, "Oh no, it's not that. He didn't cut me off. I think he's in a hurry." And I said, "Oh, okay. Thought of that. He's in a hurry." Well, there you go. It's not adversarial at all.
Yeah.
The driving situation. It's a completely different point of reference. But the beginning point was completely different to the way I would think, and that just changed my driving for the rest of my life. So coming out here and training, you get these moments like that too, where you, it's a different angle I hadn't thought of.
Yeah.
I was coming from a different angle.